Well, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for the Under-16 Open Grand Final. Here comes Pakuranga, the Jaguars. Excuse the RTs in the background. Corey Ross is about to join us as we get ready for the last clash of the day. Big Grand Final for these boys. And here come the Jaguars. Just had a quick look on my run sheet here. Pakuranga Kings, they're called, Corey. And congratulations to them, making the grand final as they come on to the big stage here at Mount Smart number 2. And not far behind them, the Saints will start marching in, and here they are. Team from Marist. Looking forward to some fast action rugby league with these young gentlemen here today. Grandstands packed with support over there. A few banners out. Big thank you to CTAS, our live stream partners, bringing you the images around the world. All of the games and the action replays you'll be able to see on the ARL TV YouTube channel, and you can get to them through www.aucklandleague.co.nz. Nice little creative shot there from Grant. So we get to see Pakuranga Jaguars fans in the house. Team captains having the chat. Now, great pleasure to be able to welcome in Corey Rosser. And Corey the caller, nice to have you on board.
Even nicer to be here. Thank you, Troy. Looking forward to this one. The two premier teams in the under-16s category. And this is this interesting sort of age group where these boys are, right on the verge of making it into NRL systems. A lot of them already in NRL systems. And they're players that we've got to watch at rep level as well through both the region of origin and with the Auckland Vulcans. So it promises to be a great match, and a couple of names to watch out for. Michelangelo Tolfa for Pakuranga. He's a really dangerous player. Of course, won a national title, or an Auckland title, I should say, with St. Paul's just a couple of days ago. He's backing up. And for the Marist Saints, Stanley Iongi, the reigning under-15 New Zealand Player of the Year from the national tournament. He will be a big threat for them in attack. Been in great form for Mags this year as well. So looking forward to seeing Stanley out on the park. So will be Marist to run the ball back towards Mount Smart number 1. Fine conditions here at the stadium. A little bit of wind around, but nothing major. As the kick finds touch from the very first kickoff. Drifts over the dead ball line. So straight away, we'll have a dropout and Pakuranga onto the ball. And just as I mentioned, the breeze perhaps caught a little bit of the wind that time and drifted dead. So a good start for Pakuranga here. Dropout goes 35 on the fly, and then speaking of flying, winding up. Toll is the dummy half, works back towards the middle. Do our best to make out the Pakuranga numbers, but the colour scheme isn't doing the commentators any favours today. It is a little hard to make out. 10 out from the line now, Pakuranga. They miss out Tarafeti. Turn back to the inside to Luani. Luani with a bumping carry. Luani still going. Lots of green jerseys get there to deny him in front of the Sports Safe uprights. To the right edge, they attack now, steaming onto it out wide, but the defense is brilliant from Marist. Quick play of the ball. Tau will burrow. Tackled nicely, though, by Caleb Lyman. Out the back, they swing it. Kick goes in behind, but Jack is on hand to clean that one up. And already the pace of the game stands out, Troy. Very fast set that time from the Pakuranga Jaguars, and similar Marist Saints right on cue defensively.
Yeah, they got off to a clinical start, have the Jaguars. As Marist Saints trying to smash it out inside their 20. Fullback did really well to clean up back there when the ball went through.
Left side they come now. Lyman links out the back with his halves partner, Keanu Kinney. Lyman will kick. Up over the top, takes a horror bounce for Pakuranga. This will end up back in the hands of Marist here. Ball now comes loose. That'll be a knock on against Marist. It was last tackle, I think, anyway, and he was going over the sideline, so no harm done there, but 2 and a bit gone, and already plenty to talk about in this one between the Saints and the Jags.
Lyman in relation to Tony?
Believe it's his son. Yep, Tony was heavily involved this week, and a shout out to Tony, the chairman of the Marist Club, for sending me a little bit of info on all the boys. Wears many hats, that man.
Well, today will be a proud dad hat he'll be wearing as he'll be cheering on the Saints.
Toll.
Good tackle.
Then the charge was Geneva Tuitupo for the Marist Saints. He's a big unit. Pakuranga shifting the ball up over the top. That may have been Jack that he got up over. Toll swings it out the back. One for the heavens. Under it safely, though, and reels it in. Nice work from Nicky Sami. Brings it back with a bit of gusto as well. Lyman clears the ruck. Is there a penalty? No, there's a knock-on. So all going Pakaranga's way early. They find the dead goal line off the kickoff. Force an error from Marist on the next set, and now another error, another opportunity. Set heavy to the left here are the Jaguars. Toll collects from the back of the scrum. Space on the left. Marist do well though to scramble, and the tackle is made by Dean Mariner. Ethan Mulgan. Toll.
Oh, bobble.
Knock on in there. Yep. So a knock on for each side.
Some strong vocal support here today, isn't there? We're 50 metres away and I can hear that guy. So we're getting ready to pack in.
Seems to be a trend with Marist teams as well. Whenever we go down to Murray Halberg, there always tends to be a vocal supporter or two.
Well, I think we've got support for both camps here today.
So ball fed. Lyman collects. Yongi rushes to dummy half, and they'll go back and do that one again. What a story Stanley Yongi is. Vulcan's representative last year, won the National Under-15 competition, won the Player of the Year as well, and has gone to another level this year as well, I think. Seems to have fitted out a little bit more as well, remembering he was 14 years of age last year. You can see there
Great run.
quite the frame on him already, Stanley, and as far as footballing smarts go, he's at the top of the pile. Comes from a great family as well. Clear the ruck, come back towards the middle. This is Kenny. Kenny with the footwork. Well, ended up stepping into trouble in the end. Lyman with the kick. A driven one between wing and fullback. That's a good kick. It's going to bounce up fortuitously for Pakuranga. We'll now bring the football back.
Oh, he's left it behind.
So, plenty of errors to start this one. And again, as so often happens on grand final days, you put a lot of that down to the nerves that some of these boys are feeling. It's a big moment for them. It's a good thing about this Marist team is a lot of them have been there and done this before through the grades. This team has really built a dynasty of success at junior level. It's been built off the back of guys like Sebastian Jack, Stanley Iongi. So Marist to pack down, set heavy to the right. They will go one out to start with, and it's a charging carry from, I think, Dean Mariner. Iongi to Lyman, Lyman to Kenny. Watch the footwork here. Late ball at the line to Jack, and the footwork from Jack. Marist will open the scoring. Sebastian Jack on the end of a lovely backline move from the Marist Saints.
Having a look at the action replay here. Split the line. Looking for a quick play the ball here, but everyone had shaped up to the right-hand side. Marist Saints, at this point, getting very clinical. Runners coming off his shoulder. Beautiful ball to the line. Fullback just gliding through. Look at the step off the right there. Went through untouched, 4 points. And Marist Saints are sitting tone and tenor off that one. Yeah, look at the attitude, loving it. The way to start a grand final, isn't it, Corey?
Showed a nice bit of awareness there as well, Jack. When you hit the ball at that speed, it can be tempting just to keep on going, but he knew to step back in. So 4-0, kick to come, and this will be off the boot of Keanu Kenny, the former Northcote Tigers man, first year with the Saints, pushes the first one away to the left. So it is Marist 4, Pakuranga 0, 8.5 gone here at Mount Smart number 2. You're joining us for the under-16 grand final. And after errors back and forth, it is the Saints who struck first.
Just wondering how important those conversion kicks are going to be throughout this match. He was a little bit displeased as he arced that one away, but back to the action.
Shoulder charge, I think, in there. There's Bradley Cowan bringing it off the back fence for the Saints. Interesting look at the regular season in this competition. The Marist Saints were the obvious standout. They went through with 12 victories, 26 competition points. And Pakuranga, they qualified through after finishing 4th, although it was super congested. The second and third ranked teams on 21 points. So Pakuranga certainly in the mix with the best teams. It's been a competitive competition this year. Iongi. Lyman, quick hands, finds Tuitupo. 5 short of halfway now, the Marist Saints. 10 minutes gone, and they sit on a 4-0 lead. Iongi goes out the back, links with his playmaker, who then finds Keeney, and then Jack again gets on the end of it, and isn't that a heck of a 4-tiered punch? The spine very, very strong for this Marist Saints team.
Ooh.
Mulgan bumps the ball forwards. He's taken down on halfway. Stanley jumps out of dummy half. Spots that the markers aren't there. Shakes out of the first one. Still going as Stan. Last play now coming up. Goes to Kenny. He then goes to Lyman. Lyman with a little bit of footwork. They race out looking for an intercept. Now I think that was touched. 6 again is the call. 6 more to play with here for the Saints. Lyman. Cowan again. Cowan.
Bumping.
Still going, Cowan, driving those legs. It takes 3 defenders in the end. One peels off. Yungi jumps out. Stanley, look out. Pakuranga are up to it. Take him down in front of the Sports Safe uprights. Set heavy to the right now. Watch for Kenny. Kenny with a juggle. Hands it off to Mariner. Mariner bites down and takes him to 5 out from the line. Jack plays it out wide. The numbers are there. Tried to flick it back in, but great scramble defense from Pakuranga. You can see they've got a fair bit of confidence out of that one. They'll come back out to the 10 now and look to reset. Haven't had a lot of ball in the last few minutes. You get the feeling once they do get back into it, this Pakuranga side can probably start to find their way back into the contest a little bit. They've certainly got a couple of big units out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Marist here have been building up a wee bit of momentum, and they've got a couple of sets back to back. But you're right, Jaguars trying to get a bit of time on the ball. Might try to turn that around a little. But Stanley's been controlling the ruck really well. He knows when to go, doesn't he? And when he goes, he certainly puts them under pressure. He's got some pace, that boy. Oh, shrugged him off. And you really want to get a good set away here.
Got rid of Lyman. Still going.
Great run.
Some good stuff happening here for the Jags. Marist line up quickly, and Pahulu finding himself well in field there. He's up the marker as well. First up contact that led by Fitayaki Tafia. Towel goes way out the back. Set deep for the kick, and as a result, they get one away cleanly. Jack is there. Cleans it up. He'll look up and see a little bit of a staggered line here, and maybe a chance to do something. And just for a second there, got away from the first one before help arrived for Pakuranga. Kenny jumps out of dummy half. Got some real pace, this kid. He's got some footwork as well. On cue, steps a couple. Yongi, the dummy half. Again, they find Pahulu in the middle. Hanging around there a bit. Must wonder if there's been a little positional adjustment there. Although he is making his way back up to the wing now. Jack with the play of the ball. Yongi. Kenny. Dinks a little kick over the top. Mariner on the charge. Oh, just deceived him on the bounce. Otherwise, he was away and under the post that time from Mariner. Nice to see a couple of little tricks being pulled out by the Saints team early on.
Yeah, you're right about the bounce. If they'd gone another way, wasn't a lot in it. I think he would have gone against a grain of play there and scored 4 points, no problem. But back to the actions. We see the Jaguars grinding it out, one off the ruck at the moment.
They need a penalty here, really, don't they? They've been camped down here a little bit and just struggling to get into a good ball situation right now, Pakuranga. Here's a good charge. Straight through the middle. Looking for help. Jack does really well. Nice patient play from the custodian.
They need to quick play the ball here.
They go the short side. And
Full
ball
count.
comes loose, or was it? Yeah, you might be right there. Yeah, correct. They used all the tackles available to them. And speaking of Tony Lyman, that looks like him out running water on the field, barking some orders at the troops. That's what you want from your club chairman, getting out there amongst it.
I want a slow motion action replay of Tony out there running order.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Oh, play on.
Lyman gets out of the first one. Help arrives. They take him down on halfway. If they get a quick play of the ball here, Pakuranga may be in some trouble on the right edge. Pahulu eventually gets driven down.
This Marist team play with a lot of confidence, don't they?
They do indeed. Play with a lot of pace as well, don't they? Lyman, looping ball over the top. Kenny came off the knee and then the hands. Oh, it's an unfortunate one. Marist getting there in numbers. 4 in that tackle at one stage before they peeled off. Looking for an offload. Ball was presented and then comes loose. Well, that's got to be a loose carry. Great call from our match official.
Really? It's gone another way?
Wow. No advantage ruled either. Well, in fact, I should say advantage ruled. They took the advantage, but thought that one may have gone back. They certainly didn't go a long way from where the knock-on was.
Sorry, mate. You could just hear that young lady over the far side there, which is about 80 metres away from us. She thanked the referee. Good call on that one. The ball went astray.
Certainly some decibels being generated over from the grandstand side. I'm sure you're picking that up on the game audio as well. Pakuranga, good chance here. Need to get a positive result out of this.
They weren't ready, were they? Just sort of commentating on what we saw on screen there. They were at 6s and 7s. They're shaping up now, though.
Yeah, Hingano was sort of calling shots out the back, trying to organise, but they just don't quite have that bite right now that Marist have got. Tau. Lassa. Got some tackle breakers, though. Tau swings it down the shorthand side. They come back through the middle. I like the look of this guy.
Yeah.
A couple of good carries already from the number 3, Salesi Ata. Tau. Handover ball, tackled again on the last play, and it has to be said, Pakuranga unorganised right now. They were that whole set.
Yeah, 6s and 7s, one part there where they actually got the ball. I think the first, maybe second set, you could have thrown a blanket over 3-4 of the players.
You have to wonder how much of that is the pace that this Marist team are playing at, and are Pakuranga struggling to adapt right now. 19 minutes gone, and those 19 minutes have flown by. It's Cowan. Kenny, nice at the line to Mariner. Mariner galloping away. He's got Jack on his shoulder, but Pakuranga arrived to prevent what could have been a disaster at one stage there. Mariner hit that ball at 100 miles an hour. Here he is again, winding up. The son of Lapi Mariner, New Zealand music legend. Of course, he actually performed our anthems for us at the Samoa Okalani Auckland game a few months back.
Oh.
Ball loose, and eventually there is a knock-on call there, so Pakuranga will be let off the hook. But there's threats all over the park for this Marist team, Troy, but in particular this right edge, which is the near side for us where we're commentating from, looks very, very dangerous.
Yeah, right. They got strike weapons right across the park, haven't they? And I think a bit of shell shock there for the Jaguars as they really need to play themselves back into the game here. So another one off the ruck. He's pushed the offload. They're just swarming on the defence, aren't they?
One thing of note, they're not really attacking from depth on these yardage carries either. They're tending to be flat passes. That one's a little bit better, but it's a dominant tackle from Marist. Dominant probably doesn't do that justice.
Yeah.
The timing's just off.
Even though there's only 4 points showing on the board, the momentum's definitely been Marist. Oh, the no-look pass. He's trying to create something here, trigger something. But they probably need to shift it around a wee bit. This one off the rucks. Easy read by the Marist defensive effort.
It's better from Luani. Towel the dummy half. This last play coming up. Will they get to a kick this time? Yes, they will. A high one out towards the wing. It goes up, it's dropped. Here they come, Pakuranga. This should be their first. The Jags are in. A fortuitous drop, which ends up in their hands, but they've worked hard to get down there, and Pakuranga tie the ball game up. 21 gone.
ARL action replay here off the back of this little dink over the top. just had a little bit of footprints coming, bounces off the chest plate, and as Corey said, that magical word fortuitous, I got it out. There we go. Into the basket, catches, 4 points. Try time.
Just say lucky next time if you want.
Thanks, mate. I held back on making another comment on that. So, that was against the grain of play. I think it'd be fair to say it's all been going Marist's way at this point. And then all of a sudden, 4 points snuck in. So let's hope that gives the Jaguars a wee bit of positivity.
Yeah, and they finally got to a last tackle kick, which I think they'd only done maybe once prior to that in the match. The kick is waved away, so it remains 4 points all, 22 gone. Less than 8 to play in the first half now, and a really entertaining first half. But you made a good point earlier. It was 4 points on the scoreboard, but it did feel like Marist were probably more in control than that necessarily stated.
Yeah, they had probably, look, to be fair, just more time on the ball. They were shifting it around, looking more threatening. They've certainly got a number of strike weapons across the park. And Pakuranga really went off the ruck, but off the back of a good kick there, got the great lucky bounce. 4 points on. Let's see how this goes. Gives them a wee bit of positivity off the back fence. Bring it. Still bringing it.
Great carry off the back fence and a penalty as well. Shoulder charge in there. We see this in the college comp as well. These boys, they sort of get that pumped up for those carries back that the defense tends to forget all about technique, and a shoulder charge comes in. And that's a costly error because look where Pakuranga are going to start their set. Right on halfway.
Let's see if they can build on it now. What's the game plan?
Start. Toll goes out the back. Links with Michelangelo Tolfa. Starting to do some damage through the middle now, the Pakuranga forwards. Generating a bit more go forward. Some footwork.
Ooh.
Ball pops out the back into the hands of a waiting Naisa Pahulu, who says thank you very much. I'll take that, and my team can breathe a collective sigh of relief. There's a couple of bodies down here for Marist. Now, was that a high shot? Yes, it was.
Yeah, really a bit of a Hail Mary, wasn't it? The pass that went astray.
So Mariner, swerve at the line. Contracted to the Brisbane Broncos, goes over there most weekends during the season and attends camps and plays games. Represented Auckland as well earlier this year against the Vodafone Warriors selection under 16 level. Nice ball popped. Lyman looking for a friend, eventually finds one. Jack. Kenny. Scrappy old kick. Pakuranga once again will start the set on halfway. They need to show a bit more patience than they showed last time. No need to be flinging silly offloads down this end of the park. They can build some pressure here. They're in this game right up to their eyeballs right now.
Look how shallow they are.
Marist chant starts up. Well, maybe it's a Jaguars chant. I can't tell, to be honest.
Somebody bought a drum, though. That's good to see.
Lucky guess. Pakuranga offload. Now space on the left-hand side. They've got a 2-on-1 overlap. They execute it beautifully, the Jags. They hit the lead on 26 minutes. booming move down the left-hand side. And it finishes, I think, with Angelo Tolfa scoring. We'll wait for confirmation on that one. In fact, it's going to be the 14, Cody Stevenson, who gets over the line.
And having a fantastic look at the Auckland action replay here. Fens, the first defender off, putting the pace on here, had to draw in the fullback, did that successfully. Nice little offload, bang, 4 points, and Jags, they've arrived. They're in it, ladies and gentlemen.
Great shot there from Pete's filming down on the in-goal camera for us. So credit where it's due. We said Marist looked like a team that probably deserved to be ahead by more than 4 through the opening little bit. Well, Pakuranga, they deserve to be in front. They've turned things around nicely after that rough start. Looking a lot better now. Starting to get a little bit more going at dummy half, and those forwards charging onto the ball with a little bit more depth. Sideline conversion coming up. The chance to make it 10, but it's a shocker. Away well to the left. And with 2 to play in the first half, it is the Jags who lead, 8 points to 4.
Can't keep help but thinking those conversion 2-pointers, you know, how important they are in a grand final.
Both these clubs with recent NRL graduates. Pakuranga, Ata Hingano, Ngāti Maatonga representative, former Warrior and current Canberra Raider. And the Marist Saints, well, where do you start? With David Fusitua, I guess probably the most famous of them right now. There's also guys like Manu Ma'u. We could go on and on and on. We could fill the whole match. Listen off Marist graduates. Instead, we'll get back to the action. A kick which is fielded and waited patiently. And again, Ata. Bringing it back with some curry. Three-man tackle from the Saints. Knockdown start.
Jaguars up tempo. Well, maybe going back down tempo at that point on the D. Great defensive line there from Marist.
Kenny punching above his weight in that tackle. Good work from the 7. 1 minute to play in the first half. Toll will kick from dummy half. Chase is good from the Jags. Cleaned up by Pahulu, who's been involved in everything today. Nice and busy. Jack joins in on the attack. Yongi, Kenny, breaking now down the right-hand side, the Saints. Mariner does well to step back in. Seconds to play. This will be the last action of the first half. That'll get us to half-time. We'll get one more in. No, we will not. So it is the Pakuranga Jaguars who lead 8 points to 4, half-time of the Under-16 Open Grand Final here at Mount Smart number 2. A very short break for us before we resume with the second half action.
The Under-16 Open Grand Final.
I'm telling you, from the outside, no, you guys are down here, you don't see it. You know, you're in the cup, you know.
Well, we're about to start the second half, ladies and gentlemen. A real close game. 4 points in it. Pakuranga leading Marist 8-4. 30 minutes to go before we find out who the winner of the Under-16 Open Championship.